Okay, so we look like YouTube is going. Facebook is going. Instagram. Let's see if Insta will go now. Okay, they look to be going. I'm going to check them. Okay, YouTube is good. Alright. Insta is good. Facebook is good. Okay, and we're less than 30 seconds till 4 o'clock, so we are good. Alright, excellent. I haven't had the best week with tech this week, so I was a little nervous. Alright, I'm just gonna be quiet for a moment or two till we hit 4 o'clock. I don't want to start early, have anybody miss anything. I'm just watching my Amazon Alexa has my digital clock on it. I'm just watching for it to hit 4 o'clock. So if I'm looking that way, it's because the clock is that way. Alright, now we're at 4. Okay, so we're going to be short and sweet this week. First of all, there's a heck of a lot of weather out there. There's been tornadoes, there's been terrible rainstorms, there's been hail, there's flooding this weekend, and the hurricane forecast came out. I guess the perk of the hurricane forecast is that it sort of looks like last year. Hopefully, it will be milder than last year, but at least they're not predicting a worse season than last year because some of those last year were really humdingers, shall we say. Um, so I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's facing weather, and I hope that it's not as bad as you think and that it goes better and that everybody stays safe. I know that's a little naive, but sometimes you just got to hope for the best and be as positive as you can. Okay, so travel news. There's not a whole lot new this week. Don't forget the cruise lines. Every cruise line has a deal. There are, it depends on the line, of course, but there are room upgrades, there's reduced airfare, there is reduced fares if you're traveling with somebody. There's all kinds of stuff. But I think cruising is one of those things where everybody finds the one they like and they stay with that brand. So I'm not going to go through them all. I'm going to trust you guys to reach out to me and tell me which one you like, and we'll talk about what they're offering. Some of them have more than one offer out there. Some of them have weekend only offers. So definitely reach out to me. Let me know what you're looking for. If it's not out there, I can keep an eye out for it. Don't forget Disney dropped a lot of deals last week. The free dining plan with a four night or longer stay if your stay includes park hopper tickets for the same number of days. Actually, I checked. I had a client I just booked with a bounce back offer, and I checked that against the free dining offer, and it was going to cost her more, even with getting the dining plan free. Um, it was still not a great deal for her. But if you haven't booked your trip yet, it is a great deal for you. So let me know. We can definitely look at that. There's some kid ticket deals for the summer. There are discounts for Alani if you want to go to Hawaii. I have not been to Alani. I have been to Oahu. Oahu is beautiful. I loved it. So I highly recommend. Um, I can only imagine the magic of Florida or the magic of Hawaii rather mixed with the magic of Disney. So I would say if it's on your bucket list, let's cross it off. Let's get it booked. Let's get it done. Um, don't forget, there's if you're looking for the summer for cool trips, you could go to Paris and spend a day at Disneyland Paris. You could spend multiple days at Disneyland Paris. The Olympics are over. It should be a little calmer there this summer. Um, my son is doing and he's going to be an exchange student in Italy this summer. Italy's another great place to go. Don't forget, there's all the cool castles in Europe. And Viking actually has a cruise dedicated to castles. It's not too early to think about doing the Christmas markets of Europe. That's another cruise you can do. Um, there's just so much good stuff out there, and this will segue into my other piece very well. So we're going to do this. Disneyland. It's getting ready for the 70th. The merch is coming. The merch is coming. The first wave of merch is out. Um, so far, I like the zip-up jacket with the castle on the back. I like the Spirit jersey with the castle on the back. And I also like the black Spirit jersey. And I only saw it from the back because I did not go to Shop Disney and get tempted. Um, but it's black. It might even be navy blue. It looks black, and I suspect it's black. But it's got Disneyland 70 across the back in rainbow letters. So anybody that is shopping for me, feel free to pick any of those up on my behalf. I would love to have any of them. I'm sure they would look great on me. I'm sure they would look great on you too. So, of course, there's a Pandora charm for the 70th. I don't know if there's going to be more than one. With Disney World for the 50th, there were a couple iterations. There was a charm and there was a bracelet. Um, but yes, the 70th merchandise is coming. So if you have fond memories of Disneyland and you want a piece of the magic to remember it by, keep an eye on Shop Disney because it's here. Some of it, I'm sure, like Disney World for the 50th, there will be different things at different times. But the first batch has arrived. Speaking of Disney World, there is a pilot program going on. If you were a Disney vacationer before COVID, you had the option, if you were flying, to bring your carry-on bag, not your carry-on bag, your checked bag, to the airport. You turn it in at your counter, and it would meet you in your room at Walt Disney World. That is not coming back. But they are piloting a program at the value resorts that they hope to expand, where if you're flying Southwest, you can check your bag for your flight home at your resort and they will transport it for you. So this is going to make getting back to the airport quicker. It will mean that depending on how you do your carry-on bags, you might not have to go back to your resort. Which means you can leave for the airport right from the parks, which will save you a lot of time, give you a little extra magic. So I'm excited to see what happens with this. This also cements my faith in flying Southwest. Now, to be fair, I know they changed a lot of things, and I am a card holder, so a lot of those didn't apply to me. But for now, Southwest is still going to be my favorite airline. I'm not saying it's going to be that way forever, but I want to stick with them at least long enough to test this out. I'm hoping that it will be more available when I go in December and I will be able to test it and report back. There's also a chance I could get there before December. You just never know. I would like, honestly, to do a couple days this summer, but with my son being in Italy, I don't know that that's going to work. So we shall see. I'm also toying with the idea, since I'm only like an hour and a half by plane, of going down for the day and not going to Epic Universe, but going to the other Universal parks because everybody will be in Epic Universe and getting some fresher content for you guys. If you follow my socials, I don't have a lot of recent Universal content. I've been lucky enough to have some of my fellow agents share things with me, but it's really time for me to go and get some content. And I try to get there every December, and somehow it never works. So I'm going to try to get there this summer. Just do a day, just fly down and walk the parks and get all the content I can and come back. So I don't know how that's going to work, but it's on my summer bucket list. We'll see what happens. But before that, I want to help you with your summer bucket list. Where are you headed this year? You want to go to New York for a Broadway show? Do you want to do a cruise? Do you want to, immerse yourself in history and do like Boston and Gettysburg? There's also some really cool, you can tour the retired battleships. You could do it in Charleston. You could do it in Pearl Harbor. There's one in New Jersey. There are more than that. I think Virginia has one too. There are a bunch of them. So, if you've got somebody in your family that's a military buff, we can put together a military trip. You can do the Freedom Trail in Boston. You can do, as I said, the retired military battleships, and some of the places that have the battleships also have other vehicles. You can go to San Diego and see the Kiss statue where everybody came home from World War II. All that stuff. I can put that together for you. If you want to do what I did a couple years ago and you want to go to LA and do like the Walk of Fame and the Hollywood sign and all that stuff, and then maybe go out to Anaheim and spend a couple days at Disneyland for the 70th. Highly recommend. My son and I did it. It was great. We spent basically a long day in LA. We did the Hollywood sign. We did the Walk of Fame. He wanted to go to the Disney Concert Hall, which is also a really, really cool thing if you haven't been. Um, he'd been as a kid, but he wanted to see it again as, an adult. I'm not sure he was quite an adult then, but he was close enough. Um, so that's definitely something you can do. You can either Uber out to Anaheim, you can rent a car at LAX. Um, I believe there's also a way to do it by transit bus, but it would take longer, and we were, of course, trying to make the most of our trip, so we didn't do it that way. But I do believe you can also do it through public transit. I think the other methods would be nicer, but where there's a will, there's a way. So um, wherever your summer's going to take you, don't forget the beach. The salt air and the sand and the relaxing crash of the waves. We can definitely do some beach trips. Charleston is fantastic. Savannah is fantastic. My son just spent spring break in Myrtle Beach. He had good things to say there. Um, I don't think you can really pick a bad place for vacation. I think just different things appeal to different people. We all have different memories. We all have different goals. But my goal is to help you have the best summer vacation you can have. And if you're looking ahead to fall or when, November, December, holiday season, even next January, it might be early to book. It is not too early to start looking into things and figuring things out. So please reach out to me if I can help you. Please stay safe and well until next week, and I will see you then. Bye.